Welcome to Wonderwave. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through time to explore the evolution of warfare, from the earliest hand-forged spears to the cutting-edge drones that dominate modern battlefields. Across millennia, warfare has transformed human history and society, shaping the rise and fall of empires, influencing politics, technology, and even culture. Let's dive into how weapons and strategies have evolved over the centuries, each step a reflection of humanity's ingenuity and desire for dominance. Chapter 1. The Age of Primitive Weapons. In the earliest stages of human history, warfare was a matter of survival. Early humans used rudimentary weapons, often crafted from wood and stone. The spear was one of the first weapons, simple yet effective. It could be thrown or used in hand-to-hand combat, offering distance and reach, which made it a staple in ancient skirmishes. Over time, early civilizations like the Sumerians and Egyptians began refining these tools. Bronze-tipped spears, axes, and bows became more prominent as metal-smithing techniques improved. Warfare was still largely about brute force and close-range combat, but these early innovations laid the foundation for more organized forms of conflict. Chapter 2. The Birth of Organized Warfare. With the rise of early empires came the need for organized military forces. The Assyrians, Babylonians, and later the Greeks and Romans perfected the art of warfare by creating disciplined armies. In this era, the sword became a dominant weapon, symbolizing power and authority. The phalanx formation, pioneered by the Greeks, demonstrated the importance of strategy. Soldiers fought not as individuals, but as a unit, using long spears called sarissas in tightly packed ranks. The Roman legions further advanced these ideas, utilizing not only spears and swords, but also shields, siege weapons, and advanced tactics to overwhelm their enemies. Warfare became not just a test of strength, but a contest of intellect and discipline. Battles were no longer chaotic scrambles, but carefully planned engagements with distinct roles for each part of the army. Chapter 3. The Age of Cavalry and Siege Warfare. As civilizations expanded, so did the scale of warfare. Horses revolutionized combat, giving rise to cavalry units that could strike swiftly and retreat just as fast. The Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan exemplified the devastating potential of mobile, fast-moving cavalry. Their ability to cover vast distances quickly allowed them to build one of the largest empires in history. During this time, siege warfare also became an art form. Castles and fortresses sprang up across Europe and Asia designed to withstand prolonged attacks. To counter these fortifications, armies developed siege towers, battering rams, and catapults, marking a significant leap in the technology of war. Chapter 4. The Gunpowder Revolution. The introduction of gunpowder in the 9th century by the Chinese forever altered the course of warfare. Cannons, muskets, and eventually rifles became the dominant weapons of choice, replacing swords and bows. Gunpowder democratized warfare, as even common soldiers could wield weapons capable of piercing armor or destroying walls. This era witnessed the downfall of the knightly class, as armor became less effective against gunfire. The Battle of Agincourt in 1415, where English longbowmen decimated heavily armored French knights, demonstrated that warfare was no longer about chivalry or personal bravery, but about tactics and technology. Chapter 5. Industrial Warfare and the World Wars. The Industrial Revolution brought unprecedented changes to the battlefield. Weapons could now be mass-produced, and new innovations like machine guns, tanks, and airplanes changed how wars were fought. World War I marked the grim birth of trench warfare, where soldiers lived and fought in horrific conditions, protected by barbed wire and reinforced trenches. World War II took warfare to a global scale, with new technologies like radar, submarines, and aircraft carriers playing crucial roles. The introduction of nuclear weapons at the end of the war marked a terrifying new chapter in human conflict. With the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world had to confront the possibility of total annihilation. Chapter 6. The Cold War and Asymmetrical Warfare. The Cold War era saw an arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union, as both superpowers sought to dominate through nuclear stockpiling and advanced military technology. Proxy wars, where smaller nations fought on behalf of these superpowers, became common, from Korea to Vietnam. During this period, we also see the rise of guerrilla warfare. Smaller, less equipped forces, such as the Viet Cong, used unconventional tactics like ambushes and sabotage to fight against much larger armies. The nature of warfare was shifting from large-scale battles to asymmetrical conflicts, where weaker opponents could exploit the strengths of their environment and the weaknesses of their enemies. Chapter 7. The Age of Drones and Cyber Warfare. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we find ourselves in an age where the battlefield has once again been transformed. The rise of drones has redefined warfare. Pilots can now control unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, from thousands of miles away, conducting reconnaissance, launching missile strikes, and even disabling enemy infrastructure. Drones have made warfare more precise, but they have also raised ethical questions about the dehumanization of conflict. The ability to wage war from a distance has led to debates about accountability and the future of combat. At the same time, cyber warfare has emerged as a new frontier. Instead of attacking with bombs and bullets, nations now engage in covert operations to disrupt financial systems, hack critical infrastructure, and steal sensitive data. The battlefield is no longer just physical, it exists in cyberspace, where wars are fought with code and algorithms. Conclusion: the future of warfare. As we look to the future, it's clear that warfare will continue to evolve. From the early days of spears and shields to the high-tech drones and cyber attacks of today, each new development in warfare has pushed humanity into uncharted territory. What will the next chapter of warfare look like? Will artificial intelligence, autonomous weapons, or space-based technologies shape the future of conflict? One thing is certain: as long as there is competition for resources, power, and survival, humans will continue to innovate ways to wage war. It is up to us to decide how we navigate this complex and dangerous reality, balancing technological advancement with ethical responsibility. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the evolution of warfare. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all our future content here on Wonder Wave.